deep.
gone around the outside.
They've both gone deep.
He's lost that dive wide.
Oh no.
No, you can't do that. Oh, and he's around, big crash. Oh, Dali's gone into him. He's gonna go for the move. He's gonna go for the move. Back on him. Oh, the Tino's gone. He's thrown it away at last. The Tino's gone for a massive dive, and unfortunately it's...
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a huge crash off the start line. Absolutely monumental. This is going to be a safety car.
Oh, that's
Good on the curve. And he's dropped his car. He's going to have carnage. It's a big moment from there. He's going to struggle to stop that. He's in the wall.
That's out.
Oh my jeez.
Two, they do not like one another.
And yeah, I can see why.
He's shown the metro big crash. Alex Cattle's in the fence. It's around. There is 3 words.
Seeing white cubes while you're racing a race car, you either haven't got the mod installed or you're on some very good drugs.
Hello viewers and welcome for the first time in 2022 to the Automobilista Supercars Championship Super 2 Series. That's our 4th year I think now of Super 2 and I'm back once again with Colin Warwick for another round. How are we?
Yeah, good mate. Good to be back. Another season getting underway, which is good. Comes around very quickly, so we'll see how tonight goes. I'm pretty pumped.
Category a bit more competitive for some of the guys that are just starting out. Promoted a fair few people, so yeah, it's looking really good at the minute. You know, lots of people are reasonably close. And I honestly, at this stage, don't know who's going to take tonight out.
Yeah, no, it's good. We definitely made some changes to our regulations, especially for Super 2. We've actually scaled back from Super 2 and Super 3 back to just Super 2. And that's just so that everyone has a chance to race in the one category and be competitive. I mean, you don't want guys who are massively quicker and could race main game in the series. So made some changes, did some shuffling around, and we'll see if it works good.
Yeah, that we will, and the whole thing was about, you know, making it so the guys that were newer to sim racing and newer to Automobilista, or maybe, you know, less experienced, to be able to have a crack. Some of the races last year, like, there were guys that were obviously winning main game and up the front in the top 5, top 10 in main series that were racing in Super 2, and we kind of thought that, you know, that's not really what the series is about. It's about promoting the newer guys, giving them a place to race where, you know, they're not under as much pressure from faster guys and actually can compete for their own race wins. So, and that's what it looks like we're going to have here tonight, which is really good to see.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, towards the back end of last year, there was some notable mentions such as Corey McFarlane, Lockie Burke. You know, those guys were just way too quick for Super 2, and same with Dane Licciardo and you know, the likes of my old man as well, Steve. They were just probably a little bit too quick for what we would now classify as Super 2. And yeah, just keen to see how it all goes.
Yeah, exactly right. We had those guys. We had Dane Licciardo obviously win the final round last year, and we had Corey McFarlane who romped to the championship win, and he was very much a main game driver by the end of it. He won main game races, and Dane Licciardo is another guy that's just come on strength over strength from when we first saw him back in 2020 in this series, and same with Lockie Burke. You know, those guys have got a lot better, and Lachlan Burke, I believe he was unlucky to miss out on top 3 in the championship. I think he was P5 or something. But, like, yeah, the whole top 5, Hans Brunswick, Lewis Wedding, all those guys, some of them were unlucky to miss out on a race win, but all of them should have won a race last year in Super 2. And, yeah, they are potential top 5 runners in main game.
Yeah, for sure. Practice just rounded off then. We had Ben Hall at the top, so that's good to see. Ben's he's quite a good steerer, and I think he'll be probably the man to beat tonight in this round. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, but it will be interesting. You know, we've got the likes of Cam Parrott, who's a seasoned runner as well with us now, and is very quick and competitive. And then we've got guys like Higo, which are always there or thereabouts, that can't be, you know, they're not to be sneezed at. And then even Bratt returning this year, who's a guy that's been around for just since 2019, I think he raced in Super 2. So, and has raced main game and whatnot before. So we've got a fair few guys in here that could potentially take it out. Even Michael Pollard last year was impressive in Super 3 and won a number of the Super 3 rounds. So it's hard to say, but Ben Hall's certainly fastest in practice with a pretty good number as well in the 29s. So he's going to be difficult to beat if he can do that consistently.
And that's the thing. You can be as quick as you want, but if you're not consistent, you're going to fall back down the order.
That's exactly right. But that's what this series is all more about, is those guys that don't have the consistency in race pace. So, and that's where we see the mix-up of results normally, is they're not quite as, they may be fast, but they're not quite as consistent, and they miss out on the wins to the guys that are slightly more consistent, but don't have the outright speed. So,
some smoke and skid marks there, so not sure where that came from, but we'll press on.
that we will.
So qualifying,
Yeah,
first one of the year.
it is the first one of the year. So we've got 13 people currently in the server, so smallish grid, but it's not too much of a concern, because it's I feel like we've got more of the guys that should be racing in this sort of level.
Yeah, well, that's right. We pushed. We could have had probably a few more in here, but we told those guys to sit out tonight and push them up to main. So we will still have some of those guys to potentially wildcard at a few rounds of Super 2, but probably could have been a bit more higher in the numbers. But yeah, it's good to have these guys race around and race against people at their skill level.
Exactly right. So when out of all these guys, we've got Ben Hall and I believe Cam Parrott, who are registered for both series, and will be racing main next week as well. So be interesting to see how they go. It's double entrance. I believe they're the only 2 guys that are double entered in the whole of ASC.
Yeah, that's correct. But a lot of these guys will they'll have a car in the pack if they choose to race. But that's if they can fit into the grid.
Exactly right.
See, Ben has gone purple to the first and second sector.
I'm just keeping an eye on the times. There's a few people crossing the line now.
Yep.
Cam Parrott's gone to cross the line first, and Bratt is the second car. I think Ben is the third car, or fourth car, sorry, to cross the line. So Nathan Higginson has gone to pole so far. Ben Hall's taken that off him with a 30.0. That's a pretty good number to start off with.
Yeah, that's a great number to start off with in this session.
Tyres should get a couple of laps, I'd imagine, before they need to reset.
Yeah, from memory, last year, I think 2, maybe 3 laps you'll get from the tyres. Any more than that, it's day done for qualifying anyway.
Oh. Looking at Higo, the tyres have got they're already done, but he's up at the minute on the fastest time.
That's just classic Higo. He throws the car out sideways, and yeah, that's how he loves to drive.
He does, and I don't know how he gets the job done at times, but it seems to work for him. See what this sector split is from him. And he's lost a fair bit in the middle sector. I reckon that was that big slide off of the corner around the back. And he's locked up.
Yeah, it looked like he pushed a bit off Corporate Hill and it just ran him wide. He didn't quite tuck it in and make the apex, so yeah, I'd say he probably lost the 4/10 just there alone. So
Rapp's improved. He's gone up to P2 now. Higo has improved but stayed the same as what Cam Parrott did. They both improved but no movement. So we'll have a look at Rapp.
oh, Ben Hall, that's a big number.
What's Ben Hall done? He has gone... Yeah, wow, he's done a 29.3
29.3.
parked it for now. So Rapp looks like he's on a cool-down lap, so we'll just see who else is still out there pounding around. Cam Parrott is up on his personal best. Is there any other notable performance? Claimbite is in P5. That's an impressive number from him, 31.9. It's one of our Super 3 runners from last year. Came second, I think, in the Super 3 points.
Yeah, that's fantastic for a Claimbite. I believe that'd be, if he finishes there, his best qualifying effort.
Yeah, that certainly would be. He's a guy that's pretty good at these flowing tracks, I find. Generally weaker at stop-start and more street circuit style tracks, but these open tracks seem to suit his driving very well.
Michael Pollard just pipped him and jumped into P5.
That he has. Michael, we'll see what Cam Parrott throws across the line and does.
At P2.
P2, that's a good number. Talking about that, and we've had a Go VES in the chat. Yeah, Vivid Esports are back again. Michael Pollard, Lachlan Haran. I believe Liam Budd and Kai Jones as well, but they're unfortunately not with us yet. So 4-car team for them. It's a reasonably strong lineup. Michael Pollard was very competitive in Super 3 the start of last year, but then sort of we lost him for a bit and we didn't see him until the end of last year. But these guys entered 2 cars into the 1000 and they were, you know, decent competitors towards the middle to back end of the main field.
Yeah, I know we copped some good messages from those blokes saying they really enjoyed it and they couldn't wait to come back this year. So here they are.
It's good to have them back and it's good to have them having a pretty serious attempt at it.
Now Pollard's in his last year's car. I believe he'll be doing a update for next round.
I believe so as well, but we've got the other Vivid car there. There's a KO car. That's the updated livery for them. So one of the updated liveries. There's a few of them.
Can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss it. They've got different colours on them. I believe there's a purple one and I can't remember what the colour the other one is, but
I believe there's purple and black and blue and yellow, as it's a Parramatta Eels sponsored car. I believe one of the major backers for the Parramatta Eels, Alland, is one of the sponsors on the car.
yeah, nice.
And the other one is yet to be painted, so well,
So we'll
rewrapped.
find out what that livery is next round, I guess. I'm just keeping an eye on everybody. Cam Parrott is improved and he's gone to a 30 flat, but he's still 6/10 off Ben Hall. So we'll see who else is on a decent lap. Got Matt Cecil out there. He's currently in P8. He's just done a personal best of the first sector. It's good to have Matt back. He's in last year's livery once again for Mute Sim Sports.
Have to keep an eye on Ben here. He's set a purple sector to the middle. or close to
He's
his...
gone faster.
Yeah, there you go, 29.2. Was it purple in the last? I think it was too. Yeah, it was purple in the last as well. So, whoa, big moment there.
Was a bit of traffic there. Just watching Matt Cecil's up on his time. I'm watching everybody. Cam Parrott's come in the lane. He's done for the session. So Ben Hall's down by a tenth, the first sector. I'm watching Brat as well. Trying to keep an eye on everybody. He goes still on a top lap. It's very sideways. Matt Cecil improves slightly. It puts him up one spot.
Oh, he's running wide there. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, Brap's done. Michael Pollard's basically done. Claimbite's done. Horan's still on a lap.
Keep an eye on Ben Hall here. He's again gone purple to the middle by 2 tenths.
See that?
36.2 to the middle sector. That's pretty quick. See what he does.
He's gone faster.
Slightly better.
Dane Liccardo said, if I'm too quick, ... What are you insinuating there, Dane? In our broadcast chat? Mate, you're a race winner in this championship. I think that's everyone done. I'm not sure if Matt Cecil's still in a lap. So's Lachlan Horan. Lachlan Horan improves. He puts himself up to P6. Displaces a claim by it. Matt Cecil's still on a lap, and I think he's the last car that crossed the strike in time. And he does not improve. Well, that's qualifying, and that sets up an exciting grid. Another thing this year, oh, he's having a bit of a drift, is Matt. Another thing this year as an initiative is I'm going to be, I know I've said this every year and I just don't get around to it because it's time restraints and whatnot, but I am going to be putting out a base setup for these guys every round. It might not suit everybody in the field. You can't make a setup that suits everyone, but I'm just going to put out a more basic version of what I'd use, just to make it, because some of my setups are pretty loose, just to be easier to drive. So, yeah, just to help a few guys out, keep a few guys that aren't as setup knowledgeable out here racing, because obviously some rounds baseline setup will be pretty good, but definitely tracks like this one where you need the car to turn, baseline, it's a bit of a dog, so you just want to help those guys out where possible. As we're now into warm-up. Oh. This first race will be 15 laps, no stops. So then the second race is a shorter one of only 10 laps. It's kind of the format we're going to run to this year in ASC. It's been decided. Regularly, we've normally run the real-life supercar formats, but yeah, some of their races are a bit long, and 3-race formats drag on a bit. The night drags on a bit, and we've done a fair bit of that over the last few seasons. So we're going to revert to a longer race and a shorter race for most championships, or for both championships, I should say, not most. So yeah, and we found last year that running the longer race first sort of mixed it up, because you don't get that shorter race to get an idea of the strategy. So, and then you have the all-out sprint afterwards where, you know, everybody can sort of go all out and let off a bit of steam. So, yeah, that's how we're running this year. As at the minute on track, we've got the two Green Top Motorsport cars. It's good to see a two-car team out there, or more of them in this series. The Spyro, a new driver, joining us tonight. We haven't seen him before.
Yeah, I had a chat to Brap about his background. He actually comes from Forza.
Yeah, nice.
So it's a big jump up from Forza to PC stuff. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see his progress throughout the year.
It will be very interesting to see his progress. I think he started off the back in this one, but you know, when you're new to everything, it's just about getting out there and seeing how you go and learning every race, you know. And it's not something you can pick up overnight. We all started somewhere. I started and I wasn't very good back in the day. Some interesting, if you speak to some people, there's some interesting stories about me. So, being a bit of a hazard. So, but yeah, the only way to learn is to get out there and have a go. And you know, it's good that he's got a teammate in Brap that's a reasonably experienced runner in this championship to guide him along as well. So.
It looks like he's going to do a practice start here. I doubt he's done a start in one of these cars, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, I doubt he has, so it's good to get the experience of doing a practice start. I'm seeing in the chat, Cole, about charcoal driver training. Can you elaborate on this?
Yeah, look, I had an inbox, a few inboxes from Ben asking if I could have a look at some data and some video footage. So I did, and I then said, all right, jump in the server and I'll give you some tips. And yeah, the result is he found, I think, 1.2 seconds on his result from last year. So yeah, just a few little tips and tricks and where to brake, what not to do, how to look after things, and yeah, he's picked it up well. He's pretty quick.
Well, it's good it's paid off for him. You're a better coach than I am. I'm not very good at telling people what to do. I tend to not get a bit frustrated and not know why people are doing the things they're doing. But yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty easy to teach. Actually, listened to everything I said and agreed with what I said, and yeah, went from there. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah, well,
good young lad too.
Yeah,
got to meet him at Bathurst.
Oh, nice! I didn't even know about that. So
yeah,
he seems to be like a pretty nice bloke. So good stuff. That's what I like to hear. The community coming together and people meeting each other outside of racing. Or sim racing, that is. Obviously, it's not outside of racing, but you know, we all love the same things, so otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Well, here he is.
Our pole sitter. No, but it's good. I mean, I'm all ears to help any drivers at any time as well. I joke, I'm not the best teacher, but I try. I tend not to be great at explaining things because I don't know how I drive. I got it all drilled into my head by other people that sat there and painstakingly told me what to do, and I can only regurgitate what they told me. I don't know how I do what I do, so...
it can be difficult to teach people, but if you get the right people, yeah, it's pretty easy.
Well, the biggest thing I found when I was getting into sim racing and trying to get good was just listening to what people that were better than me had to say. Like, that's really the thing, you know, the guys that are beating you genuinely probably doing something that you're not doing, so you listen to them and try and mimic that as much as possible. And it's something I still do even to this day in Scops. I listen to what my teammates that are faster than me say as gospel, and sometimes they might be doing things that I'm doing better than them, but I still listen to them to see why they're doing what they're doing, because then it helps me understand and potentially drive better at another corner. So, you know, it's...
Yep.
And, you know,
It's
that's
always important.
It's always important to listen, gain a feedback from other people and progress forward. So, but anyway, we're now into the race, so I'll go through the grid for you. We've got Ben Hall on the pole position for Luke McHugh Racing. Got Cam Parrott in P2 for Maple Leaf Sim Sport. So Holden versus Ford on the front row. Got Bratt for Greentop Motorsport in P3 with Nathan Higginson in P4 for Higginson Media. I believe he's a Kiwi SimSport affiliated driver now. Michael Pollard for Vivid Esports out of P5 with Lachlan Haran in P6. Acclaimbite in P7, I think that might be his best qualifying, but I'd have to check. With Matt Cecil in P8. Stenny out of P9, my old man, who's currently racing with a fractured shoulder, a broken rib, and after a neck injury to remove 3 vertebrae, but he's still out there, and he wanted me to remind everybody about that, so I thought I would on the grid.
It's dedication.
Dodger out of P10, good to see him back for another year, with Brandon Donstall, P11, Jordan DeSantis in P12 and Spyro in P13. And that is our grid. His dedication. He wasn't going to race tonight, but I kind of half talked him into it. Plus he said that he worked out a way to somehow get comfortable driving.
Oh, want to back up a little there? Maybe a little more, Ben. Yeah, that's good.
Plus, I know those three have been really missing their racing. They love racing in this championship, so...
Yeah, it's a good championship. I mean, I enjoy running it. I enjoy racing it. For anyone who does want to run in it, there's still spots available. Not many, but there still is spots.
And Stenny's got a drive-through penalty, but we're underway. And it's Ben Hall who's taken the lead straight away. But Stenny, oh my God, may have jumped the start, but he's got a good start. But he's now holding everyone up. So I've jumped from the lead to look at that, but Cam Parrott's tried to chuck it in there. Oh, we've had an incident, and Lachlan Haran's around at the back of the field. So, I'll see if I can get a replay of that. It was all going off there. So this all started because of Stenny slowing everyone up, and then for some reason Lachlan Haran lagged, and then sort of lagged again, and then I don't know where he went, but
it looked like he broke on the grass as well.
Yeah, so something weird happened there. It was a little lag stuff. It looked better than what I thought when I saw the replay just then. I thought that was let's me work out what we're doing. So we'll go back to the front.
Someone in the kitty litter. Is
there? Sorry, I'm losing track. It's been a while since I've done this, so everyone's got to bear with me here. I'm a much better sim racer than I am a director, that's for sure. Yeah, that was Jordan DeSantis in the kitty litter. He had a big self-lose of himself over Corporate Hill, so we'll just grab a replay of that. And
Yeah, he's just grabbed the curb. Oh,
he's gone in and thrown it off by himself, so unfortunate, but Ben Hall's taken the lead and he's out by 1.3 seconds over Stenny, who's still in P3 and in a bit of a battle here. He's finally just got passed by everyone. Oh, he's got in the back of Pollard. So he's taking
you want to be careful there.
Oh, he's taking the aggression out on everybody and he's dived. I'm not sure what he's doing when he has a drive-through penalty to serve. But it's really made this an interesting battle and it's made these front two drive away from everybody. He may be injured, but he's just decided he's going to take it to everybody. So I'm not sure what the go is with that, but especially when you've got a drive-through, I don't really think it's the thing that you should be doing, but
Yeah, I think he should be coming in the lane right now.
he still continues to be P3. He hasn't come in once again, so holding up this train. Oh, and he's lost it.
Oh no!
It's only made contact with Higo, and Higo, I think, managed to keep going without any dramas. So, but that's unfortunate for Stenny. But to be honest, he was playing his own games there, and he played stupid games, and he won a stupid prize. I think he's pulled over now, and cars, yeah, something's gone wrong. So, but that was definitely an interesting start.
That was very lively.
Yeah, we missed part of it.
Dostal's up. Dostal's up 7 spots in the P4.
He is up 7 spots, so this has helped a few people. I've noticed Nathan Higginson's dropped back off the timing screen, but he still is in the P. I'm just waiting to see what goes on there. Oh yeah, it's put him back into P3 now. Something was going on with our timing.
Maybe when he made contact with Stenny, he probably got a track cut or something.
That could be potentially places. Ben Hall does fastest over the race at a 29.5. So those guys now have, it's a 9-second gap. And then we had a replay of Matt's save there. What was Matt's save? Let's see what I missed. I'm missing a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, those front two are definitely driving away from the rest of the field.
That they certainly are. Oh yeah, I can see Matt's save. I'm going to get an onboard of that. This is from the Poiter accident. So this is on board with Matt Cecil. And he had to go to the grass to avoid that, and nearly everybody had an accident there trying to miss that. So, yeah, like, it was good driving from everyone. Yeah, from every single person then to miss that. So, because that was, yeah, spicy as. HME top 3, yeah. Nathan Higginson continues to hold out in P3 there. Michael Pollard is second behind him. Notice Cam Parrott's dropped back a heap. Cam Parrott just did a 36 on the last lap, so he's lost a tremendous amount of time.
Something in the middle sector. He did a 41.9 at the middle sector, and I mean 36s is normal middle sector pace. So something's happened in the middle sector there.
Yeah, he's had a self-lose.
Oh, I'm gonna guess Corporate Hill.
No. I'll get it up on the screen for everyone. It's just a replay fest at the minute.
Oh,
He's come through here and he's obviously got a tank slapper on and onto the grass and around. He's very lucky that he's... This whole thing at the start happened with my father, or he wouldn't have maintained that position. So we can see Higo for all the Higo fans out there.
Pollard's pulling him in.
He is. Matt Cecil and Donstall are pretty close on track as well. It's all sort of spread out a little bit now.
Higo's just got to try and keep the tyres on it.
It's been happening to Brap as well.
Yeah, what did happen to Brap? He's way down.
He is way down.
Minute 6 to the first sector. I don't know what's happened there.
Not sure, but
Everyone's setting personal bests this time around.
he's coming to the pit lane, so
Yeah, Ben's got a almost a 10-second lead by the looks of it.
he does. Oh, everyone's getting sideways out of there. Just keeping an eye on what else is going on. Stenny's now in to serve that drive-through, finally on lap 6. Is there a mandatory stop? No, there's no mandatory stop in any of these Super 2 races. Planebite's doing alright there in P7. There's no mandatory stops in the Super 2 series. Stenny somehow sped in the pit lane as well, so it's not having a good one. As we've seen Matt Cecil and Brendan Donstall, there's just been a position change. So Donstall's been passed into the last sector. So this battle's now heating up.
Oh, it's a big dive.
It's a big dive, but he's got it done.
Wow.
And Matt's coming back at the over-under. It's a good race between
That's a
these two.
fantastic move.
It's a good move.
He was so late under brakes, I thought he was just going to go straight ahead, but he's pulled it up very well. Great job.
Will Matt get back past him? But I feel like Matt's got the better pace of these two, but it seems interesting. Donstall sort of pulled away here in the first sector and a bit of this lap. So maybe it's a case that Matt's better later on in the circuit.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Starting to pull him back in again.
We're already 7 laps into this race, we're halfway. Stenny has been disqualified for not serving the drive-through.
Yeah, race control not happy there. They wanted him in earlier.
I'm sure I'll hear about that very shortly.
If we're lucky, we might all hear it. As Dostal's running wide.
Notice Pollard is catching Higginson as well. I've got that on. Keeping a check on that. That's the two closest battles on track at the minute. Oh, Dunstall's very loose there.
Yeah, it's going to make him vulnerable in the next part.
Lap on him, so that's our first lapping of 2022. Matt's close right up to the back of Donstall now.
Yeah, I say Brendan's doing a little bit of mirror driving at the moment, and he just needs to put his head down and hit his markers.
Well, it's hard not to when you've got a guy behind you, and like, I know Brandon raced with us last year, but I know Matt's been racing since about 2015 odd in R Factor, so a fair bit more experience behind him than the likes of a guy like Donstall. So you're going to be looking in your mirror because you know Matt's going to he's going to stay there, and he's probably going to go for a move at some point.
Yeah, I'd say it'll be very, very shortly.
The thing Matt knows as well is he doesn't have to make the move immediately. He's still got 6 laps to go, and if he can pressure Donstall, he could maybe wear his tyres out. So, and that's the game I think that Pollard's playing in the other battle that I'm watching. This battle right here for the podium.
Yeah, it'll be a case of whoever hangs onto the tyres in the last couple of laps, because yeah,
so we can see he goes.
Already see the pace dropping off even in the front. I mean, Ben was doing 29s at the front. Last lap was a 31.0. So.
Well, I've noticed that he goes catching Cam Parrott as well, so he's dropped off a lot after that spin. So that's majorly obviously dented those tyres. Probably overheated them, and they don't tend to like that. It tends to be hard to keep them under temperature after you have a big slide on them, especially at a track like this where it's constantly loaded up. So who's going to keep an eye on this
Matt.
one? Matt had a big moment then.
Went into turn 1 a little too hot. Probably underestimated the draft a little bit.
Notice that Lachlan Horan's passed the claim bite for P7, so claim bite's dropping back now. This is where these longer races here get a bit interesting as the tyres start to go off, and it plays into the guys that maybe do take it a tiny bit easier at the start. As Brapp's in a battle with Jordan DeSantis over P10.
I think something happened to a claim bite last lap because he did a 1:37.7 and yeah, his best lap's a 32.2. So.
So just switching to this. This is Brapp trying to get past Jordan, and Jordan's just let him go. So Jordan's
smart driving.
all kinds of struggles there, it looks like, in the Cinecom entry. It's back to the Matt Cecil-Brendan Donstall battle that continues to rage on. So I feel like Matt's just waiting here. He knows he doesn't need to do anything silly. See, Higginson continues to catch Parrott. He's now, that gap was 5 seconds, it's now down to 3.8. I feel like Donstall's catching Pollard as well. I feel like the whole pack's sort of coming back together. And a claim bite is catching Haran again. So it's ebbing and flowing at the minute.
Yeah, claim bite last lap was nearly a second faster than Lachlan, so it's definitely coming back.
Brapp's run off the road, and these two are now having a battle over P10 still. Noticing. So this is definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting end, that's for sure. Tell you what, Benny's doing a fantastic job out in front. I'm looking at the lap times. He's staying pretty consistent with how the tyres wearing, so
he certainly is.
he's doing a great job.
we haven't watched him much because we haven't had much to watch, as that was Spiro getting out of the way of him there on the grass. I think he was having his own accident. We haven't really watched him because he's been that far out ahead of everybody. He's sort of, Cam went with him, but there wasn't, after Cam made his little error, he's really had nothing to answer for. He's just driven his own race out here out at the front.
And looking at Cam's laps, I think he's burnt up that tyre because he did a 32.5 last lap and Higo's done a 31.9. So Higo's continuing to bring in that gap back down. So, and as I say that, he's gone a 10th quicker than Parrott again to the first sector. So, and Pollard's staying with Higo, so this could liven up towards the end as well.
Yeah, we've still got a few laps to go, and I know that the tyres, about lap 5, and then it was about lap 13, 12, 13, they go off again. That's what I found when we raced here ourselves, and you can get 22 laps out of a tank of fuel. And as we see, Higo is now starting to struggle on those tyres, even though he's closing back down on... As we've got Dane Liccardo in the chat saying, "Let me race Ben," in the broadcast chat. I'm going to switch to another battle that's going on. We've now got a claim bite who's closed back on Haran. This is for P7, so we've got these two-car battles all over the place. It seems to be two people that are attracting each other everywhere.
It's usually how most things start in life.
Yes.
Two people attracted to one another.
Well, that they seem to be in this race, and it's a common thing, I guess. But we'll see if any of them can actually make the pass on the guy in front, because there's been a lot of sitting back and waiting so far. As now Cecil has closed up more on Donstall. The Donstall's run wide. I'm going to switch back to that because I feel like Matt is getting ready to make a move.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be next lap.
I say that, but a claim bite's now trying to make a move on Haran. He had a good exit out of that, but it's a difficult corner to make a pass into. Although Haran's one wide, and a claim bite's gone up the inside, and a claim bite's taken back P7 from Haran. That's a good scrap. But as I say that,
Here it comes.
Donstall's run wide and Cecil's up the inside. He hasn't gone late enough. Donstall's very good on the brakes into turn 2, it seems, and he's got a yellow flag in this sector. Waiting to see what that is for. I believe it is one of the cars that's a lap down.
I believe that was for Spyro. Yeah, Matt was a bit hesitant there.
He was. He had the run, and I don't know if it's just Donstall's better under brakes or what it is. Because that was bloody spicy as that. I'm gonna go and get a replay of that. I know that we might miss something, but holy! So Donstall. He went to the. I suppose that is sort of the racing line, but sort of isn't at the same time. It depends on what line you take into that corner, and it's just caught Donstall off guard. While that was happening, Haran's got back past a claim bite, so we'll see if a claim bite can once again make the move back on him. Matt's being hesitant once again. This is the final lap starting. It's hard to know where to look, but I'm going to look here because we've got Matt Cecil and he's trying to set up a run possibly down the inside up here. I think Donstall's awake to it, but he's avid, but
deep.
the claim bites now. The claim bites in this battle with Haran, and they're side by side. So the claim bites run himself off the road, but he had position there, and Haran's taken that back. So this is another good battle. I say that, and I've switched about 50 times, but Matt's tried to go up. And Donstall's off. Donstall's off the road, and that's handed it to Matt. So Matt's kept the pressure on him.
But Matt's locked it up.
He has locked it up, but he's kept it on the road.
He's made it.
So I'm going to go back to this. That was Matt just putting immense pressure on and having a look, and Donstall obviously went in slightly too fast and cracked. But while that's happening, we've missed the winning driver. So I apologise to Ben Hall, but Ben Hall has won the race.
Yeah, well done, Ben.
Absolutely massive margins. He's won by 20 seconds over Cameron Parrott. With Higo picking up his first podium in this series. So that's a good drive from Higo. Pollard P4, Matt P5 as we saw on the final lap there, with Donstall hanging on to 6th. Haran hangs on to 7th from a claim bite in 8th. Dodger is still coming around to finish in P9. So, quiet race for him. We've got Dane Liccardo in the broadcast chat begging to be in the race. Rapp in P10. Georgie Santes in P11 and Burrow in P12. They're our finishers. And we've got Stenny, who was disqualified after receiving a drive-through for jumping the start and also for a pit lane speeding infringement. So yeah, that's our race. And what can you say about that from Ben Hall? He's absolutely dominated that race. I did not expect that to go that way. I expected it to be a fair bit of a closer fight, but I guess what happened on the opening laps with Stenny kind of mixed the field up for everybody and allowed those two to get a gap, and then it was unassailable and Ben just drove away.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, full credit. He looked after the tyres, drove well, and did what he needed to do. And yeah, I'm happy for him. I know how bad he wanted that, so no, that's good.
Well, he started the year off very well, and very well for his new team as well, which I believe is in dedication to his mate who sadly passed away. As Dane said, I can challenge Ben. Yes, we know you can. I have no doubts in your skills, Dane. So we'll get set now for race 2. It will be interesting because the tyre wear sort of played into that race there at the end and helped. Definitely helped some of the guys that maybe didn't get the best start or are a bit more experienced to get on with it. As I've got wrong things going on here. So next race, it's hard to go past Ben, honestly. Like after that performance.
Yeah, I agree. I think yeah, just very strong effort. He should win the next one, but you just never know.
Yeah, well, that would have put a fair bit of confidence in him, you'd think. He absolutely dominated that race, and as I say, I was not calling that from any way, shape, or form. I expected it to be between him and Higo and Cam Parrott and those guys that were, you know, more experienced, but yeah, impressive drive. It's going to be one to watch this season, that's for sure.
I believe we're pushing through to a qualifying session now.
Yes, we will be. So I believe we were just waiting for Matt to rejoin us, and he has. So we'll be going through to qualifying any moment now. We know you want to come in and win, Dane, but you know you've had your time in the sunshine, and it's now time for other people to be in the sunshine.
Yeah, Dane is certainly eager to
He's
out
eager
there
to
and
race. Well, it's good that he's
race.
eager to race. I hope he's this eager to race next week, because I wait to see how he goes. Because I mean, last year I had a reasonable battle with him at this track in one of the races. I forget which one.
And here we go, qualifying for race 2.
Stewart Circuit Race 2, there you go. Dane's informed me. Was it? I thought it was the long circuit, because I remember I had you off at Corporate Hill. So we're underway for qualifying. I believe Brapp's the first car out there, and Cam Parrott P2.
I think it's fair to say we know who will get pole, but yeah, should be interesting for the other places.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing, like, take nothing away, Ben's put in a great performance, and we've already got people calling for him to be in main game, but like, this is a development series, and it's good to see people developing, and you don't know, like, I know that there's people that are good at certain tracks and not so great at others, so that's what the whole point of this thing is. And obviously last year there was a fair raft of people who demonstrated themselves to be pretty decent over the full course of the championship. And yeah, it's good to see that Ben's improved tenfold from where we were last year when we came here. This Pam Parrott is starting a lap. And he's the first car to start a lap. We've got all these three in a row here. Higo's been slightly balked from Bratt. Started his lap a bit too close behind. Oh, that's a big moment from Parrott. He's aborted that.
What's a big moment?
Easy to do at that corner. Higo looks like he's faster than Brap here, but he's been stuck behind him the whole lap. Oh, that's a huge moment from Brap.
Oh, that is massive.
It's like he's missed the brake pedal there. Oh, he's come back onto the track.
Oh, that's awkward.
It's awkward. Oh, he's escaped now. But Ben Hall's coming across the line. Nathan Higginson's done a 31.3. Ben Hall does a 29.9. Who else is out there on a lap? Nat Cecil goes peaceful. Cam Parrott completed a time. What does Pollard do? A lot of people not really doing a representative lap on the first lap, must be said. Donstall's now up into P3. Okay, Parrott's on a good one this lap. So's Paul, he's up 4/10 on his own best time. Paul's only 2/10 up now. Cam Parrott is down to Hall. Still up on himself by a long way. So watch Ben Hall cross the line, and he should improve here. And he does, 4/10. Cam Parrott improves to P2. He's still a long way off Hall. Keep an eye on Higginson as well. That Cecil's gone up to P4. Higo is actually on an out lap. Pollard's up to P6.
Say Dostal got a track cut on that lap because it didn't count.
Yeah, he must have. Time was definitely counting. Before that point, it was looking like it was on a lap. Watching Parrott, just trying to see who's on a lap, who isn't. Pollard is on a lap, he's 7/10 up. Pollard's boarded that. He's had a big lose himself. He's doing burnouts in the grass. Rich Higginson here. Cecil's improved his time. Goes down. What does Donstal do? Does he improve? He does, but
not a position.
No position, but he's mighty close to Matt Cecil. As close as their last race.
Comes he go. Didn't count.
Must have been a track cut or something. Ben Hall's now starting another lap. Matt Cecil's up, and this will be enough to jump him in front of Higginson. Or could be if he does a very good last sector. Ben Hall's caught Higginson on his lap, so that's going to cause him to have to abort it. You see Matt goes up to P3 now, so we can see here what I was talking about. This is going to hurt both of their laps here, you'd imagine.
Yeah, Ben needs to be smart here and just let him go. Yeah, that's
He's
it.
boarded out of it. He had to. So Higginson is up, but is it going to be enough to challenge what Matt's done?
At the moment, no. It's about 600ths away. See what the last sector is.
He does it.
Yes.
Just.
Well done.
Parrott. I'm going to flick between these two. I've got Higginson here. He's on another lap. He's up again. Parrott's down.
Ball. Purple to the first.
Matt Cecil's coming around to complete another lap. See if he goes faster. He does not. So that's, we'll get one more run here. Pollard is up, and that could put him in front of Donstal, so that's important for that stake back there. You see Ben Hall, I'm having a gander. He's up by 2/10, the middle sector, as is Nathan Higginson. So they're going to cross the line one after the other. You can actually see Ben Hall in the back of the shot here on Higo. Higginson crosses the line.
He's getting to the 30s.
He
does
improve. What does Hall do? Hall improves to a 29.2.
It's a big lap.
Matt's backed out.
Parrott improves.
Perhaps majorly up on his time. Parrott has improved to 30.2. I believe that's Brapp and Jordan are the last two people on laps, and they're one after the other. Brapp goes to P7. And Jordan DeSantis stays P11. That was an interesting quali session. Notice we've had RSM Latino join us on the server.
We have, but I don't believe he's meant to be in the race.
That's what I thought, but... Jordan's obviously very excited about his 11th place.
Well, there you go. Qualifying 2 done.
Qualifying 2 is done, and we've got Ben Hall on pole position once again, and it's the same top 3, I think, as has been in both races. Dane says this is killing me. I don't know, but I feel like...
You got one week to go. Done.
I feel like, you know, I'd like to be out there racing too, but... Next week we get the opportunity to be able to do it, and I look forward to it immensely.
As do I.
For now, I get to indulge in my lesser of many talents, which is pretending that I know what I'm doing, operating 2 computers at the same time. Well, technically 3, technically, if you count the server. And I have no idea what I'm doing with any of them. Gutted to miss out. Just got home. At least I can watch. Let's go. Here go. You're welcome to jump in if you want last minute, Luke. You've got 2 and a bit minutes. If you don't want to and you just want to watch, that's fine. Can't be wait to be had off. Well, Dane, if I'm racing you, I'm having you off. Cole, if I'm racing you, I'm having you off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Look, Rosella, if you're watching, if I'm racing you, I'm definitely having you off. Basically, if you're on the grid, I'm having you off. And then penalising myself.
That's a bit awkward.
It is a bit awkward.
For either of us. Head to the steward's office and just look in the mirror and point at yourself going, you did the bad thing.
This is the Spider. Just post the Spider-Man meme. Well, you know.
And same with Luke now as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have Luke joining us to help out with penalties and stuff. We haven't really mentioned it. Rhodey said, can I have you off, Cole, or Kurt even? You can try, Rhodey. I invite anyone who wants to try. Except Luke Rosella, because, or Dane, because if they do, then I'm having them off twice. No, it should be good. We raced here a bit last year and we had some cool races, I feel like, especially the front 3. The last one was one of the better races with 4 cars basically in a fuel saving battle for the whole race. And yeah, I hope to see more of that. It is a bit annoying that we keep coming to this place, but it seems to produce good racing every time we come here. Should be good. If anyone is watching and they're not registered for main series and they'd like to have a go, we've still got spots available, and if any of the Super 2 guys want to have a go, they're more than welcome to as well. So as long as we have grid spots.
Yep, if we got the spots, you're welcome.
It's first come, first dressed for Super 2 guys.
What if you... Oh, no.
What if you're not dressed and you come?
Yeah.
Well, number one, Stairs doesn't want
It's
you
your
on.
birthday.
Number one, Stairs isn't going to want you on his broadcast because he's doing cameras again this year for anybody. That's another exciting thing. For anyone who's not aware, if you stream your camera next week in Discord, there's a chance that you might be on the broadcast. So you're not going to get on the broadcast because Stairs isn't going to want you on there, and I don't want to know about it. So, but sure, if you're not dressed and you want to come and you can race, but just don't make sure that no one knows about it, because that'll be a 30-point penalty.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike driving. Wouldn't pass FIA fucking fire retardant anyway.
No, you'd be made to come in and put a balaclava on, I reckon.
On what head?
We'll leave that for the stewards to decide. Oh, we're already off track. We've only made it an hour and 20 minutes into the first broadcast of the year, and we're already off track. Mixed games crashed. That's alright. I suppose Dodgers. I'll just restart warm-up for them because I'll let everyone have the opportunity to come in and race. What the hell's happened here? Sorry about the broadcast. Oh, sorry.
It's a beautiful day in Sydney.
It is. Sorry, I'm having some difficulties. I'm trying to rectify the server. I've lost my control. My AMS is now crashed. And now it's uncrashed. Denny's game's crashed. Looks like a few people. I'm not seeing white cubes. I was going to make the white cubes joke, actually.
It must be something in the water out here. 'Cause every time we come here, we end up off track.
We do. Well, the first time we came here, we had Brett Gerardus thing white cubes, so...
Oh, that was fantastic! What an event!
Well, that was the one where I believe that was Mick Pollard's first race, and we had him roll on the front straight under a safety car restart.
Yes, that was one of the biggest accidents we've had at ASC.
You say that, but we've had a few big ones because we've had a car roll on the front straight at Townsville. We had a few cars roll on in a straight line, which is not really conducive to motor racing, really. Generally,
yeah, if you're rolling in a straight line, it's you sort of got to question your driving abilities.
or the driving abilities of others around you.
Or question if there's white cubes around. I certainly hope that I'm not racing any white cubes in the near future.
Yeah, well, it'd be pretty difficult to race. Mine, Mick's, and Liam Budd's first race. There you go, Dane. I didn't know that was your first race.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense though as to why we had such a big crash. Sorry, Dane.
Yeah, I think Dane's been involved in all the biggest crashes we've ever had.
I think so. I mean, I'm not going to you don't want to rag you, Dane, but you did put a car over the wall at...
I was about to mention that.
Cutting.
That's probably, what's the word? Not favourite, but most spectacular I've seen.
Was the most bizarre crash, because like you can have multi-vehicle accidents everywhere obviously in AMS. Like you can have a start line crash that goes really poorly, and we've seen that. But yeah, to have a crash where you put a car over a wall, that's a good effort, really.
Levi's just reminded me of the Sandown crash when the rooster was in the background.
Oh, that was Car's crash.
That was bloody. That's probably the funniest one.
Yeah, where he just went head on into the wall. That was full James Golding spec accident. I'm just waiting to see if Stenny comes back. Or not. I'll be back. I was just going to find out what's going on.
Oh, wow.
I can confirm that Stenny is coming. He's just having a slight technical drama. That his AMS was making the noises, all the correct noises when I was down there.
Can I ask what's a wrong noise for AMS to make?
The one where you hear the windows crashing noise. You know the one?
Yeah. Dun dun.
That's the correct noises. The correct noise is the one where you see the Reeser sign at the start of the game, and you're hearing the pressing of buttons.
Well, hopefully he joins soon. You did miss a massive front straight accident while you were gone.
Did somebody deliberately crash on the main straight because the camera's pointing at it?
I'm not too sure. It looked that way, but I hope it was deliberate.
Would you like to enlighten me, assuming I missed it?
It was Jordan DeSantis coming down the main straight, and then all of a sudden I looked up and seen him doing 1080s.
He said, sorry, I lost control on the straight, he said. So anything to say in support? Incorrect, I'm the cause of the best crashes in ASC. I'd agree, because you also rolled at the bend, don't forget. He did a Matt Payne, said Jordan DeSantis.
The Cuz and Dane battle was great at the bend. Let's rewind to that.
Yeah, well, it's on our intro. It's on our intro video.
That was a full send.
Did I change the
roll?
distance? I did. I'm having one of those days today where I'm second guessing everything about my life. You know those ones? It's full OCD day.
Yeah, you got to second guess the CAMS officials sometimes. Also, anyone listening out there as well, we are working on the Gen 3 mod behind the scenes.
That we are. We're working on a few projects that will be announced shortly. We've got some other ideas for some other racing that's going to be going on throughout the year. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that's right. Some really, really cool stuff coming. There's a couple I'm really excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. So, last week, obviously, we had some dramas with Canberra, and we ran at a Brazilian track for the test round, where we had a few people joining. It was good fun, but it's kind of sparked us to maybe try some other things, try some other racing. Not so much necessarily in supercars, but also potentially in supercars as well. Now, the formation lap is underway. So I'll let you do the honours of going through the grid if you want, Cole.
No problem, mate. We'll start off with his second pole position after his beautiful race win. Ben Hall in first place. In second place, Cameron Parrott in the Maple Leaf SimSport Falcon. In third place, Nathan Higginson in the Autodesk VF Commodore. In fourth place, Matt Cecil in the Mute SimSports Falcon. In fifth place, we have Brendan Dostal in the Team 76 Racing Commodore. In position 6, Michael Pollard for Vivid Esports. Position 7 goes to Brat in the Green Top Motorsports Falcon. P8, Lachlan Horan also in the Vivid Esports Nissan. P9 is a claim bite in the Ford Racing Falcon. P10 is Dodger in the Jack Daniels Racing Commodore once again. P11, Jordan DeSantis in the Syncom Nissan. P12, Spyro, also in the second of the Green Top Motorsport Falcons. And P13 is Stenny in the Stenny Racing Commodore.
Can I just raise a point that it's interesting that they're Green Top Motorsport when their cars are black?
Yeah, it is interesting. I believe they've got a livery coming, hopefully for next round.
That would be really cool.
I noticed that when they signed up, they were powered by Dare Ice Coffee, so I actually stickered the cars up quickly for them, just so they weren't just random black cars.
Oh, well, that's good stuff there, Cole.
So yeah,
some new liveries coming through the season. A few people just waiting on getting all their ducks in a row for the season.
Yeah, it certainly sneaks up on people how quick things come around. So yeah, let's get this one underway.
What the hell's going on?
No sweat. You can do this.
Here we go.
Green, green.
We're underway, and Ben Hall has once again got a good start from Cam Parrott. Keep an eye through the back of the field. We've all got away pretty cleanly this time. Higginson's lost a spot to Cecil as they come down into turn 2 for the first time. Standing out. Oh, there's been an accident in the back, but everyone's got through. I heard a big shunt, but Higginson's got back. Past Pollard and fighting off Bratt there for
P6.
That was Steady that had the incident there at the back. He caught out by the field. So it's been a relatively clean first lap. I've noticed that Cam Parrott's under pressure here from Nathan Higginson, who's having a look at him. So didn't really get the opportunity to get close last time because of how the race started.
That's the big run.
He's got the run. He's come down the inside. Oh, he's done that perfectly. Parrott going to dive back at him. He's had a look. Higo's broke late. Looks like Parrots might get under him. No, not quite. So, position gains for Nathan Higginson. Oh, we've got an incident in the back. We've got Donstall around. I'm going to have to switch and find out what's going on here. Where's Donstall? We've got a replay of that. So I'm not sure what's happened here. Well, this looks not very good, and it's crap, and Donstall's really been an innocent bystander there. Oh, and there's DeSantis rolling in. A great steaming knots. Yeah, not sure what caused him to be 3 wide there, but looked like there was a bit of lag and stuff involved as well.
Oh! Look, Spyro. Did a spiral. Look back at the front. Parrot and the pressure back onto Higo. See how he handles it.
Will be interesting to see how he handles it. Matt Cecil has stayed onto this train as well, so are we going to see a 3-car fight here for this?
Oh, that's a big moment for Parrot.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of ground there.
He had that thing full lock through turn 1.
Gonna flick back through the field while that heats up. We've got a bunch of cars running around here, DeSantis, Dodger, and the 2 cars recovering from that incident. So I'd say that this is going to bunch up very shortly and produce something. As Ben Hall is, once again, he's out in the 3.6 second lead. DeSantis is under pressure here from Brat. Brat's on the inside of him. He's going to get that done. Oh!
Oi, oi, oi. Is it?
Is it? It's not over. It's not over. DeSantis is back up the inside. But, oh, he's actually got it back up. He's got it done. He's stayed. He's held the position.
Well done.
Ben Hall does the fast up of the races.
Oh,
DeSantis is locked up and he's thrown it off the road. So he's ruined all that good work that he just did. Brapp and Donstall continue to try and recover from that early incident. Ben Hall's dominantly out in front. So the real question though, who's going to win out of the Higo, Matt and Cam Parrott battle? I feel like Parrott was hard on his tyres last race and so was Higginson, where Matt seemed to look after him, but he wasn't quite as quick as the other 2. So will he be able to stay with them, or what's going to be the go?
Yeah, looking at the lap times last time around, Higo was 31.1, Parrott 31.2, and Cecil 31.5. So he's there or thereabouts. He's just got to look after the tyre, and maybe at the back end he might pick him off.
We noticed that about lap 5-6 is when you start to hit the first cliff of this tyre, where it loses its good life at this track, and then from then on in, it's a bit of a battle for a few laps. And then it's only a 10-lap race, but as I say, it's a few laps after that that you start to have even more troubles, where it starts to stop, the plateau sort of ends. So now watching Brapp and Donstall have climbed up onto the back of Dodger. We're pretty spread out here at the front. It's now Ben Hall out to a 5-second lead.
Oh, Claimbite was very wide in the marbles there. I think he was even out in the dirt. Oh, where's Dodger gone?
Run wide. He's going to let these 2 go, I think.
Ooh.
they're probably faster. He's going to try and race Constable, giving each other a lot of room. And they've got through. Plainboat was catching Haran, I noticed, but he's sort of fallen back a little bit now. Back at the front you can see Higginson now has 2 seconds over Parrott, and it's about that back to Cecil as well, as you'll see as they come onto the straight, and you'll catch a glimpse of all three of them. See the real-time gap. There's Cecil now. A bit spread out at the minute. Brack and Donald are now latching onto the back of the plane bike. That's going to be their next person that they have to come across, trying to get back on. Good driving from Higo tonight.
Yeah, it must be said. He's doing a good job.
One of the guys that I expect to improve this year based on last year. And he's delivered so far. Ben Hall is massively out in front. We're into lap 6 of this race.
Big effort. I mean, he's done a lot of preparation. He's, slapped him.
Just gonna get a camera here on the main straight so you can see the gaps between everybody. And there's Higo, and there's Parrott, and there's Cecil. Pollard's still hanging into that front sort of few as well. His teammate Haran, and then you've got this train here of acclaimed by Brapp and Donstal that we'll watch in a sec because it's about to get lively, and then Dodger's there in the back behind them. And I believe Stenny and those are a little bit further back. I'm going to watch this because these guys are both shaping up to make a move here. And Brapp...
Oh, look at
it's
this.
3 wide. 3 wide's what got you into trouble last time, boys. Down here. But they've both got the move done on a claim bike. Next target is Haran, just slightly up the road. Oh, they're going to race one another. And Donstal, he's gone for the move. He's up the inside of Bratt. Oh. He's lost time to Haran and all that. Oh, he's up the inside again. Side by side down here. Who's going to back out? And Bratt backs out. Ben Hall continues to lead. He's now at 8.5 seconds. It's been such a dominant display. He's just closing up between Higo and Parrott now. It's back to only half a second. But Matt has fallen way out of these two's grasp.
Yeah, with only when they cross the line, 2 to go. This battle's getting lively.
It is. Parrott's looked after his tyres in this race, as opposed to Higo, which I don't believe has any sympathy for his rubber at all at any point ever on the racetrack, as you can see there. And he's got a big tank slapper on, and now Parrott's going to get the run, and Higo's going to swerve. We know Higo is definitely one to defend, and defend well. He's going to defend, but Parrott's going to try the outside. Nothing's doing that. It's going to be on here these last 2 laps. Higo's going to have to try and drive the thing as straight as he possibly can, even though you don't think he knows how to. Watching back though, because we've got Donstall, who's now gone for a dive on Horan, and he's now gone up to 6th place, and I believe boy, that's not been as easy as expected, but now Braps into this. Oh, he's turned him around. Braps gone into him and turned him around, and he's going to redress. He's going to redress that, but that's unfortunate. It's a bit of a awkward situation there between those two, and it's gifted a spot to a claim bite. But back up front, and I've seen Higo's been on the defence here. He's going to have to be on the defence more and more. What's Parrott going to do? He's got 1 lap to do it, and he's got the tyres, definitely. And oh, Higo's had another lose. Higo's going to have to white line this, or he's going to get past here. Wouldn't even be surprised if Parrott isn't fast in the... Yeah, exactly what I was about to say, go around the outside. But is Higo going to jam it back up the inside? Surely he's got to. He's got to do it. And he does. He's gone back up the inside. Can he hold it on the inside back? He's going to have the outside for the next corner. He's run Parrott wide.
Whoa.
Parrott's now run wide himself. He's lost a lot of ground.
Yeah, he's got to stay in post here.
He does.
Both of these drivers.
Parrott's definitely got the tyres to be able to drive off the corner. He just needs to be close enough and set up the move.
Great driving by both of them.
Oh, and he's up there. Higo's run wide. He's seen him in the mirror. And he's now got an opportunity into Corporate Hill and maybe even into the turn 9 hairpin. And Higo's run wide again, it looks like, or not quite. It's just a lock up. Parrott's going to sit there. Oh, he's had a look. He hasn't been that committed, but Higo's now run wide because of the look. And he's going to run up and he's going to take the position. So, oh no, he's not.
Oh, look at this.
Oh! Who's going to get there? Can Parrott drive up the corner? It is going to be a race to the line. Is Cam Parrott going to do it? He's closing in. He's closing in. He's closing in. And I don't think he's going to do it. Nathan Higginson's going to pull out P2 from Cam Parrott's P3. And we'll congratulate Ben Hall as well. Good stuff for the podium. Awesome driving. And Matt Cecil brings home P4 narrowly from Michael Pollard. It was only a second in that as Donstall was in P6, and he's going to bring it home from a claim bite. They were having a scrap on the last lap too. From Moran, from Brapp and Dodger, who are in a race with one another. Oh, what a race.
That was fantastic end of that race.
Awesome driving there by Higo to hold on. I didn't think he had it. I didn't think he had the tyres. Higo thought the race had already ended, apparently. Yeah, right. Well, I'm glad he did. Glad he was aware that it hadn't, because that was a fantastic last lap. I'm surprised that he got back there and managed to pull it off. It didn't look like he was going to be able to do it. And I reckon 1 or 2 more laps, and he definitely wouldn't have had the tyres. Fantastic stuff. That is a good opening account here for the season. Santos is our final car. start across the line. With Spyro a lap down. Well, that's been a good night of racing. It's been very enjoyable
great
to watch. I cannot now wait for next week and see what we've got in store. So we're still waiting to confirm the formats officially for next week, but we will have a longer race first and a short race second. So I look forward to seeing some of these guys there and all of us guys. It's going to be fantastic if that's anything to go on what we've just seen.
Yeah, it should be great. Certainly pumped for it, that's for sure.
So am I, but we'll get some of these guys in for interviews when they're available. I'll take the top three and we can have a chat with them. I might let you have the chat with Ben Hall, seeming you're the one that's been coached him up.
Yeah, no dramas.
And we'll take it from there. So
We can drag them in. Might just drag Ben in.
yeah, just give me a sec. I'm just trying to arrange myself on the broadcast. Alrighty.
Good to go.
I'm good to go when you are. Oh, they're in the waiting room now.
Ben, fantastic job, mate. 2 poles, 2 race wins. It's exactly what you set out to do tonight, so well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah,
How
no,
did you...
yeah, tonight, I've got no words. I'm shocked. Like, I knew I had some pace coming into this round, but I didn't realise I had that much pace, and yeah, just really kind of focused on hitting my marks, hitting the lap times I wanted to, and getting a good start, and all came together.
Yeah, it was a pretty, I'd say, boring race for you actually out in front, but yeah, all the action was kicking off behind. Did you get to see anything in the mirrors, or?
I was looking for it. Like, I was, trying to look for it on the big screens or something, and nothing was there. So, no, I heard from Dad that there was some stuff going on behind, and yeah, glad that I wasn't caught up with it. But no, I just want to thank the team, and yeah, I just want to shout out. This was done for Luke, as you guys know. So,
Yep,
everything was
awesome
done for Luke.
stuff.
So, yeah.
No, good stuff, mate.
Well, mate, I want to
well,
congratulate you as well, because that was a fantastic drive, mate. 2 race wins, set up the championship perfectly from here on out. Can't say more. We didn't watch you much, but there wasn't much to watch because you were just driving flawlessly out in front, away from everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. That means a lot, mate, coming from you, man. It means the world to me. So, good way to kick off the championship, and hoping to carry this momentum forward, and hopefully I can win the championship. That's the goal, and let's work towards it.
well, that's it, mate. For next round, you'll be carrying the orange numbers, so keep pushing from there, and hopefully they're on at the end of the year.
Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see.
No worries. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
Cam, mate, P2 tonight, I believe, and then P3 in the final one. You had an awesome battle there on the last lap with Higo that we caught. How did you find it tonight?
Yeah, it was a great battle in that second race there with Higo. I thoroughly enjoy racing against him. We always have some pretty good battles. It was just good to shake the rust off, I think. Been pretty quiet in the off season and haven't done a lot of racing, so yeah, it was good to get out there and have a crack. Obviously didn't have the pace to catch up with young Ben there. He's definitely the class of the field tonight.
Yeah, he definitely has improved year on year, and he put a big statement out there tonight. But
he sure did.
still good driving from yourself, mate. As I say, like we're all here. Well, I'm here shaking off the rust as a commentator and a broadcaster, and you guys are doing it on the track. So it's good,
no,
and it's good to see that everyone could race relatively cleanly and pretty close.
Yeah, it was a good night. I made a little mistake in that first race, which I'm not sure if you caught. I hope you didn't, but
we did.
But yeah,
we saw it.
There was shit. What a bloody disaster that was. But not to worry. I wouldn't have caught Ben anyway. But I was certainly worried about those boys behind me. They were catching me at a rate of knots in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, that they certainly were. So after the spin, did your tyres sort of fall off a bit? Because that's what I thought might have happened.
Yeah, and I overdrove the car a little bit, just panicked, and I think a little bit of both. Yeah, cooked tyres. Certainly that front right at the end of the race was just about ready to fall off. So but it was, like I say, good night. Good to get out there and have a run around and hopefully a little bit of improvement in the next few races.
Hopefully, mate. I kind of picked you to be one of the front runners this season, so and you've delivered. So it was just Ben sort of made a big statement. So, but
he sure did. I reckon you should move him up to main, eh?
Oh, you're not the first person who said that. We've had Dane Liccardo want to come back to Super 2 to try and beat him. So,
well, I reckon you should put him up because I don't reckon that anyone's going to be able to beat Dane either. He's pretty quick these days.
Exactly. So, but awesome drive, mate, tonight, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the season and next week for main series.
Alrighty, no dramas, boys. Thanks very much for tonight. Epic as always.
No worries. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
So, no Higo. So.
Yeah, he said he can't make the interview room tonight, so that's all for us tonight.
Yeah, that's all good. But it's been awesome to watch again. It's been good to be back. So, like, as I say, we made some changes over the off season to the way in which Super 2 was decided. We had to, really, to be honest, for the health of the series. And look, I feel like it may not have been the world's biggest grid, but it produced as far as racing goes, and it gave some of those guys that have been racing Super 2 for a bit and been a bit further down the back actually some time in the spotlight and will potentially help them improve. So that's what we want to see, and I can't wait for next week. It's kind of good now. We've got this week between, so we're not here tomorrow night. We're back here next week after the real racing, and we kind of get to hit reset, get a few days off, and come back, and we all get to have a go.
And that's it. That's what we want.
So, thanks everybody who tuned in, and thanks all the drivers who put on the show once again. I say next week we're back here at Eastern Creek, and we'll be back for round 2 at Tasmania. That'll be the week before the real Supercars goes there, which I don't know what week that is, but I believe it's 3 weeks from now, I think. I think there's a week gap. So we'll be back then, and we hope that the racing is like we saw tonight, and I say at a short track like that it will be.
That's for sure.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.